Hello, America. Once again, this is Dean Barwick with the Money Talk Show and Acquire Capital Management. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we've started an exciting new series on IRA and legacy planning, and we're going through how to avoid the top 12 mistakes in IRA and legacy planning. Now, you've worked hard to build your retirement assets, and you want them to continue to work hard for you throughout your working career and your retirement years. And of course, when you die, you want to leave a legacy that will continue on for generations to come. IRAs are wonderful products with lots of benefits and flexibility, but those benefits come with certain very strict rules and regulations. Now, this series, How to Avoid the Top 12 IRA and Legacy Planning Mistakes, is designed to help you get everything together with your IRA and your legacy planning and avoid those mistakes and stay within those strict rules. Now, I am the president and founder of Acquire Capital Management. We are a registered investment advisory firm here in California, and we're located in Southern California. But I also do a lot of broadcasts through the Money Talk Show. And we broadcast all over the United States, of course, all over the world. But in the United States, if you're looking for an investment advisor, someone to help you with your IRA and your legacy planning, help you with retirement planning and so forth, go to themoneytalkshow.com. And when you get to that website, there's several tools we have, and you'll see little buttons and a page that says Find an Advisor and advisor referrals. Click on that. Go down and tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're looking for. Please put your phone number in. One of the staff of the Money Talk Show will call you, interview you, and find out what you're looking for. And then they'll actually call and interview advisors, certified financial planners, people who are financial professionals in your area to help you do some of that legwork and find somebody who really is going to take care of you. And we'll try to provide anywhere from 1 to 3 referrals, depending on what your specific criteria is. So that's just something that the Money Talk Show does. We also sponsor financial workshops all across America. I do them here in Southern California. By the way, if you're in Southern California, put that in. I'll contact you myself possibly. But we have financial workshops all across the country to help teach you more about money, how it works, retirement, IRA laws, and so forth, Social Security, so that you can be on top of the game in your planning. So that's just a service that we do provide to you. Okay, great. So moving on, again, my company, Acquire Capital Management, we are a full-service retirement planning firm. We offer asset protection, income planning, investment management, tax planning, estate planning, wealth transfer strategies, and 401k platform. Our website is acquirecapitalinc.com. There's also a link to us on themoneytalkshow.com as well. Anyway, what we do things a little differently. I work with a team of certified financial planners, certified financial analysts, tax professionals, and what we do is we gather your information. I spend time talking with you. My investment advisor representatives spend time talking with you, finding out what's important to you. And we are fee-based, by the way. We take all the information we've gathered from you, we present it to our team, and we put together strategies to help you accomplish your goals. It's really great. It's really simple, and that's the way we work. We find that by working within a team, you get better represented, and it just works out a whole lot better for everybody. So, hey, if you're interested in that, please go to our website, and we'll talk to you about that some more. Anyway, most of the information that we're going to be talking about in the 12 most common IRA and legacy planning mistakes come from 2 IRS publications. It's publication 590 and 550. And I tell you this because you can go right to www.irs.gov, look these out, print them for yourself, read them over. And hey, if you have any questions on it, also on themoneytalkshow.com, there is Ask a Question. There's a button. You click on it. You fill out your information. You put your question in there. And two things are going to happen. We'll answer your question as soon as we can. But as we start seeing more and more questions on specific topics, we're going to gear the broadcast to that. And we'll send you an email when we're going to go into more depth on one of your questions. So that's really kind of nice as well. Okay, so that is IRS Publication 590 on individual retirement accounts and Publication 550 on investment income and expenses. Very important when we're dealing with the most common mistakes of IRA and legacy planning. All righty. Well, here's the beginning of our broadcast, or beginning of our presentation, and the 12 IRA and legacy planning mistakes most common. We're going to start today with number 12, and we're going to do a 12-part series in this. The biggest mistake you can make in IRA and legacy planning is not understanding the source of your advice. Now, somebody might say, well, why is that such a big mistake? Well, it is. It's actually a very big mistake, and I'll tell you why. There are so many different places you can get your advice from. I love what Robert Kiyosaki, I believe is his name, pronounce that right, from Rich Dad Poor Dad. His rich dad said, the most expensive advice in the world is free advice. And that absolutely hits the nail on the head when we're talking about IRA and legacy planning. You know, you could be talking to somebody at the water cooler at work, a friend, a loved one, maybe a family member, who they're talking out of their fears, out of misunderstood experiences, and I've heard so much bad advice coming from those type of circles. However, what about the professional advice that's out there? Let's talk about that. There are typically three different ways or three different types of financial professionals you'll be getting advice on your IRA and your legacy planning from. So let's do a kind of a brief synopsis of what that is. Number one, here we have insurance agents only. Now, an insurance agent, all they can sell you is insurance products. They cannot go into securities. They cannot do anything other than insurance products. That's what they're licensed for. But the big thing here is their compensation comes through commissions. They are paid only if you buy one of the financial products that they present to you. Then you have registered representatives of a broker-dealer. Again, they are compensated through commission. Today, so many of these registered representatives are putting themselves out as advisors, but they are not a fee-based financial planning service. They are paid by commission. So if you don't buy their product, they don't get a paycheck. Okay, so really important to know. And then there's registered investment advisors. That's what we are. Our compensation is derived by a fee. Typically, it's based on the overall amount of investments that we have under management. We get a very small percentage of that, or we can charge an hourly rate, or we can have a flat rate for a specific project. Usually, though, it's based on a very small percentage of the overall account. Anyway, most financial advice comes through these financial professionals. Let's go a little bit deeper into this. Now, insurance agents represents their affiliated insurance carrier, work on behalf of their affiliated insurance carrier, or if they're an agency that has many carriers, generally speaking, they're going by the one that pays the highest commission or gives the best vacations, and a lot of them do. I mean, these guys are always working in the office trying to meet their minimum to go on that tropical vacation or a five-star hotel. They are held to suitability standards, not fiduciary standards, and we'll go into that a little bit later. Often they do call themselves advisors. I mean, I've seen business cards, and I don't know how they get away with it, where they say retirement advisor, and they are not. They are an insurance agent. They are limited only to insurance products, and they cannot give securities advice. Many of them will talk to you about your 401k or IRA money, but they are not licensed to do so. It's very important to understand that. Okay, the registered rep of the broker-dealer. represents their affiliated brokerage firm, works on behalf of their affiliated firm, held to suitability standards, not fiduciary standards. Again, same as the insurance agent. Registered representatives, typically they're an employee or an independent contractor of a brokerage firm, typically compensated by commission on products and transactions. Now, they might get a base salary, but their big money comes when you buy something they've presented to you, okay? Now, often their marketing material or their website will show them as an advisor. Everybody's kind of working on that whole advisor look right now, but that does not make them an advisor, does not mean they're able to do fee-based advisory service, and they don't have that fiduciary standard they have to live up to. Now, who said this? The broker is not your friend. He's more like a doctor who charges patients on how often they change medicine, and he gets paid far more for the stuff the house is promoting rather than the stuff that'll make you better. Well, that was said by Warren Buffett, and it is a very, very, very accurate quote. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the independent registered investment advisor or registered investment advisor firm. That's what we are. We are regulated by either the SEC or by the states that we might be approved in. I know our company, we do business in California, so we're regulated by the state of California. We have a fiduciary legally required to put the client's interest first, and that's what that means. In other words, when I'm sitting down with one of my clients or a investment advisor is sitting down with the client, they're legally required to make their client's interest first. It's not just something that they say. I mean, we can actually get in a lot of trouble if we are steering somebody somewhere that makes us more money. Much higher standard than suitability, okay? We are in the business of giving advice. We get paid to give advice. We represent our clients. We work solely on behalf of our clients in a fiduciary capacity. We offer comprehensive financial planning services. Typically, an independent registered investment advisor is fee-based compensation for the advice that they provide. Okay. Now, investor confusion. This is actually a little highlight here, and was actually taken off a brokerage account, and it says the Securities and Exchange Commission requires all broker-dealers who give brokerage advice for a fee to make the following disclosures. Accounts enrolled in this service are brokerage accounts and not advisory accounts. Our interest may not always be the same as yours. What? Our interest may not always be the same as yours? Another line to point out here is that the broker-dealer must disclose that there may be conflicts of interest. And if you don't ask about them, they may not tell you. It's blown up right here. You can read some of it here. It says accounts are brokerage accounts, not advisory accounts. Our interest may not be the same as yours. We are paid by both you and sometimes by people who compensate us based on what you buy. Our profits, our salesperson's compensation may vary by product and may vary also over time. So here's another famous quote. If you have more than $50,000 to invest, you should fire your broker and find an investment advisor. Brokerage firms would like you to think they perform the same functions as investment advisors. That comes from Arthur Levitt, the former SEC chairman. So to sum it all up, the bottom line is this. The 12th mistake, or one of the big mistakes of IRA and legacy planning, is when you don't know where your advice is coming from. You've got to understand. You don't want your advice that you're moving on to plan your whole retirement and the legacy that you want to leave generations, to that advice to be based on somebody else's paycheck. You needed that advice to be based on your goals, your scenario, your risk tolerance, what you want rather than what somebody else wants. Listen, join us next time for number 11, which is the failure to control and allocate your assets could be disastrous.